Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment here with the 6th video in our series. Governor Cox, do you really think we're this stupid? It was only a few years ago that politicians in Utah would have had their careers ended by proposals to accept more nuclear waste, especially high-level nuclear waste. Now our governor and legislative bigwigs are openly courting it. Call Governor Cox, 801-538-1000. and tell him if he wants nuclear plants in Utah, he can put them on his farm. Now, why have Utah's leaders suddenly fallen in love with everything nuclear? Have we found out that exposure to radioactivity is less dangerous? That all the people that died from radiation exposure were just faking it? That people really don't have higher rates of cancer if they live by a nuclear power plant? That nuclear plants are scientific miracles that don't emit radiation all of a sudden? That uranium mining and mill tailings aren't toxic? That we were wrong about every phase of the nuclear fuel cycle emitting toxic radiation and exposing us all? That we will all be left in the dark freezing without nuclear power? That nuclear power is the answer to avoiding the climate crisis? That nuclear power is cheaper? That we have suddenly found a safe repository for high-level nuclear waste that will guarantee no contamination of our environment for hundreds of thousands of years? The answer to every one of these questions is a resounding no. What has changed is that we now have political leaders who are so mercenary that they are willing to do whatever big tech billionaires want. And they want nuclear power for their AI data centers. Please note that none of these tech billionaires will be living next to their own data centers or the nuclear power plants they intend to impose on the rest of us. And while they travel around on their yachts, or their backup yachts, if they're roughing it, to their private islands and send rockets into space so they can scout out a backup planet after they ruin this one, if you or your children get cancer because of the radiation that they've exposed you to, then that's your problem. Now combine that with the Trump administration that is also kissing up to big tech billionaires. They're gutting just about every safety regulation there is that used to regulate the industry, including increasing by about 500% the amount of radiation that they can expose us to. And you now have a complete exploitation of the millions for the exclusive benefit of the ultra-rich. Call Governor Cox and tell him stop sending taxpayer money to subsidize AI data centers and nuclear power, and start protecting Utah families.